the ethics of the fathers and the Mishnah, the oral Torah, makes a shocking statement. Right at the very beginning of chapter 1, it says, halfway through chapter 1, it says that a person should not indulge in conversation with a woman. Because if you do, even with your own wife, you're going to go to hell. That's what the Mishnah says. Hardly inspiring for a dating podcast, right? But it's...
Especially if you're talking about dating your wife for the long term afterwards.
Exactly. But it's like everything else in the oral Torah. The devil's in the details. It's the meticulous awareness of the detail of what our sages were telling us that reveals and unleashes their timeless wisdom. You should do not overindulge in conversation with the woman. It doesn't say don't engage in conversation with a woman. It says don't indulge in conversation with the woman. What's the woman? In other words, why are you talking to her? Even if she's your wife, why are you talking to her? Is it only because of her anatomy? If that's the reason, you're going straight to hell. But if you're talking to her as a woman, if you're talking to her as a human being, as a person, with character, with personality, with ambitions, with dreams and desires and aspirations, if that's the person that you're seeing, you're going straight to heaven.
Wow. Just something else also there that just showed up for me was when you said the devil is in the details, and my brain right away was like scanning, okay, what are the relevant details here? Another one is that it says tar besicha, excessive speech, right? Don't speak excessively. I wonder if there's anything any thoughts that you have on maybe what is it that defines what speech is or is not excessive, the context and the meaning and the purpose of the speech, etc. Or is it just the number of words?
I think excessive speech that you're focusing on is probably what happens in the bars when people date for the wrong reasons. When they're dating only in order to reach a certain ulterior motive. And if that's their intention of the entire date is sick, it's flawed, it's unholy, it's lacking in romance. It's not about empathy, it's not about caring about the other person.
It's not about connection.
It's nothing to do with connection. It's about self-indulgence. It's about
hedonism.
And I think that's what it's talking about. But if you're talking to her as a beautiful personality, not just as a skin-deep beauty.
And I guess also when you talk about, the fact that when you talk about dating for the long term, you're talking about a sense of, maybe I'm putting my own words on this, but that there should be an ongoing active connection and it shouldn't just become transactional, right? When you're speaking, if every word that you say has a purpose and has a sense of connection, then no matter how many words there are, none of them are excessive because every word has a purpose, every word has a connection
because that conversation is the ultimate romance. Right. Romance is not a place. It's not an experience or a bottle of wine or a box of chocolate dipped strawberries, as much as it is an intimate connection forged by words. That is the wisdom of King Solomon.